Okay, Kathy, I think we are ready to bring our guest into the conversation today to talk more about Liberty Hall's 4th of July. It's the Executive Director of Liberty Hall Historic Site, Jessica Dawkins. Good morning.
Good morning, Zach.
Good morning. So glad to have you here.
Just want to say for the record, I'm a half burger, half dog.
Okay.
Because I can't choose.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got to have a bomb pop.
Oh, that's a good call.
Yeah.
That is a good
Got to
call.
have a bomb pop.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an excellent call. So tomorrow, hopefully, weather permitting, right, is the 4th of July celebration. But tell us a little bit before it's the end of the civic season, right?
Yes.
But it actually started on June 1st.
Yes.
Right? So tell us a little bit of the background on civic
Sure.
season.
Thank you. So Liberty Hall is a member of an organization called Made by Us. We're partners with Made by Us, and it is a program of the Smithsonian Institution. The design of Made by Us is to connect young people under 30, really Gen Z, with historic organizations, museums, to be a catalyst for civic engagement. And this is not just about knowing how the school board works or who to vote for, but it's also about just getting together as a community and fueling those traditions. Different generations have different ideas about what patriotism looks like and how they feel about our nation. So it's important to gather people together. One of the most amazing things about Frankfurt is that it's very intergenerational. When I see young people in this community, it's usually partnered with their parents' generation, their grandparents' generation, and even some great-grandparents. So it's a really amazing thing to see intergenerational civic engagement. So we start with Statehood Day. Liberty Hall is the home of Kentucky statehood. John Brown is the man that made Kentucky a state. So we thought we would partner with the city of Frankfurt, Team Kentucky Tourism Arts and Heritage Cabinet, and at least a dozen other institutions to celebrate Kentucky's civic season. So from Statehood Day to 4th of July, we've had several events, and they've been really fun.
Yeah.
One of our favorites was A Slice of History that we partner with Locals Food Hub, which is amazing. So every dollar spent goes back to the local farmers that source the food.
Right,
it's so cool.
That's nice.
And we had, I think, 75 people come, free pizza, provided by Pizza to the Poles. And we had Kentucky trivia, and it was a little ruthless. You guys.
Uh-oh.
It was fun.
People on the trivia.
I know, and especially Kentucky trivia.
Oh, yeah.
It was really fun. It was really fun. And so civic season ends with the 4th of July. And so, again, we have got a band, and we're going to have a food truck, and our exhibit is open, our new exhibit on civic life at Liberty Hall. We have a statehood trail up in the garden, just little fun ways. Plus, we have this beautiful 225-year-old historic garden. Bring a picnic blanket, bring a pop-up tent to keep yourself in the shade, and don't bring any booze. We'll have plenty to sell.
Okay.
But
Maybe a lawn chair or two.
lawn chair,
something
whatever
like
you
that,
need to
blanket.
feel comfortable on the grounds. We'd love to host you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do we need to talk about weather?
Girl.
Yeah.
Yes, we need to talk about the weather.
Okay. What's
So
going to happen?
I was like, we plan all of these amazing things. We
Yeah.
have tents up and a generator and all the fun stuff. And it's like, it might rain tomorrow. So please stay tuned to Ready Frankfurt Facebook page and Frankfurt, Kentucky City Hall Facebook page. They will not know if the fireworks are going off. So the event is designed to be kind of the lead up to the fireworks, and we end at 9 because the fireworks are planning to start about 9:45 at Capitol View Park. And so we won't know until right before if they're going to light off the fireworks.
Yeah.
So our event will go off when the fireworks do.
Okay.
So if that isn't until Saturday night, guess what? Our 4th of July celebration becomes the 6th of July celebration.
Ooh, I love an extended holiday.
Yes.
Honestly,
So,
better late than never, right?
yes, and really what we're celebrating is getting together as a community to even just think about how important it is to have a free nation and where we want to go from here. So
Yeah.
Very cool.
We think about, it's Independence Day.
it is.
And I love freedom.
Me too. Me too.
So the performances right? Do we want to talk about those a little bit? I have here Kentucky Shakespeare.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay.
So Kentucky Shakespeare is a really great organization, and they do everything from classic Shakespeare tales, but they also have a great series of hour-long performances. They came for Statehood Day and they performed Kentucky history, which was amazing to hear them talk about statehood and the place where it happened, But for 4th of July, they do an American history performance. So we have these great performers come out and they set up a whole thing and they kind of, I won't say act, they really emote the beginnings from founding fathers all the way through our nation's history. So they'll go first.
Yeah, I think that's amazing because we talk about, you mentioned before how to get kids engaged, Gen Z kind of engaged, and even my generation, millennial, kind of remember what happened in history. Maybe we haven't taken a history class since middle school or high school, and it's been a while. So what better way than to see it through the arts, right? Because a lot of people know American history sometimes through Hamilton, and that like something like that.
John Brown and Alexander Hamilton were very good friends.
Were they really?
Oh yeah, Aaron Burr stayed at Liberty Hall.
Really?
Yeah, there's a really cool story about Mason Brown getting in Aaron Burr's trunk and getting his pistols out. And he was like, "Is this what you killed Hamilton with?" True story.
Dang.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm glad that you say that about young people because it's honestly not about names and dates. And really since 2020, our world has really changed. And young people, I say this all the time, young people, especially millennials and Gen Z, they will get their history, whether you give it to them or not. They're going to go around, they see right through it all, right?
Yeah.
So it's best to be an ally. And it's about understanding how we got to here so we know where to go in the future.
Yep.
And they're going to be the ones, the young people, especially in Frankfurt, they're very vibrant, they're connected, and they're active. They're very active in environmental ideas, and it's just best to work with them. It's just best.
Well, they have, basically everybody has a supercomputer in their pocket, and the kids are way more connected than ever before, and they'll find the information, they'll find the history that they need to.
And if you lie to them,
they'll know.
Call you out in public.
Yeah.
So, that's one of the things we just try to do is make sure that people understand Liberty Hall belongs to you. It is a national historic landmark. It's our job to care for it. So any information that we have inside, it's not that we want you to feel welcome there. It's that we want you to know that it belongs to you. And it is for you to enjoy and learn about what it means to be a Kentuckian and an American.
I love it.
So do we want to talk a little bit about the conscious merit, the exhibit, right?
Sure.
Conscious merit and virtue, civic life at Liberty Hall.
That was actually a quote that we found in a letter where people were talking about the Browns, that they always have conscious merit and conscious virtue. And from each generation, from John and Margaretta Brown at Liberty Hall, all the way down to Margaret Wise Brown, who wrote Goodnight Moon and Runaway Bunny. These are generations of families of a family with an honor and a duty for civic engagement and action. Also, they knew their family was important, so they kept everything, y'all. The collection of Liberty Hall, to know that we have the original items and the original documents. We have letters from presidents. We have surveys signed by John Adams when he was president. We have John Brown's original copy of the Constitution. We have so many incredible. We have a ballot box from Franklin County elections when John Brown was jailer. I think it's 1820s, 1830s.
Wow.
An original ballot box. We actually had a visit last week from Secretary of State Michael Adams and Representative Ken Fleming, who heard about our exhibit and came to see it because the items within it are so amazing.
Right. Yeah.
So we're going to keep it up a little longer just to make sure that people have a chance to see it, but you're welcome to come in anytime and look at these incredible items. Most people wouldn't know that in Frankfurt is an original copy of a pocket Constitution given to John Brown.
And honestly, amazing for the generations that decided to hang on to those items and know that they were going to be
That's going to be
of
important.
value.
I'm gonna hang
Because
on
there were
to
so
that.
many generations along the way there that
yeah.
could have said, they're not going to want a ballot
So if somebody
box
wants to
and
come
just
see
toss
this
it.
stuff, how much does it cost?
Well, it's $10 for a tour for
Okay.
adults, $5 for children.
Okay.
There are all sorts of discounts you can find. We have tours twice a day, every day of the week except for Sunday.
Okay.
But also, we're there Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 5. Just stop by. We're
Yeah.
always, if you see the front doors open, come
Yeah.
on in.
Okay.
So the 4th of July celebration is tomorrow, 4th of July, from 5 to 9. But stay tuned on Facebook, right? And make sure there's not any kind of date change to Saturday or anything like that. And stay tuned to the weather.